Welcome back. Doesn't it look like Tio is here and she's like snuggling up to Toval right now, being like, "It's Toval, yay!" Anyway, time for Toval's bonding scene. Sharon was kind enough to give us the official Ouroboros seal of approval on Ymir's defenses yesterday. It might be number 1 on the guild's list of enemies, but everything I've seen out of her is worthy of our trust. Still, the more time passes, the grimmer the situation here in the Empire gets. Maybe it's time for me to square things up with the goddess, just in case. A little prayer couldn't hurt me right now. Maybe I should go join him. Yes. If you're heading off to pray, I'd be happy to join you. That's the plan. Nice to have some company. There's something I wanted to talk to you about anyway. I guess the goddess is smiling on me already. What would that be? I'm kind of surprised you wanted to come and pray all of a sudden. Never really struck me as much of a religious man. Well, it's because I'm not, really. I only really come to the church to pray before the big jobs. What brought you here today, then? You even need to ask? I wanted to pray for you kids' futures, as well as the future of all of us in the Bracer Guild. Both to Adios and my other goddess. Whoa, who's this other goddess? Kind of an embarrassing question to answer, to tell you the truth. But she's the woman who set me on the road to becoming a Bracer. Oh. It all started back in the day when I was still working for old Micht. I ended up getting caught in some trouble involving an artifact, you see. And she's the one who helped me get through it all. If you don't mind me asking, what kind of trouble? Let's just say that's one experience I'll be happy to never relive. I was pretty skilled with arts even back then, but if she hadn't come when she did, I'd have been a goner. She's a tad on the violent side, though. The kind of person who could take out a whole Jaeger Corps with her bare hands. I think a tad might be putting it lightly. Still, that was how we met, and she saw the potential I had when it came to arts. Thanks to her, I ended up finding my true calling. I threw away all the aliases I'd been using up until that point, and just became Toval Randonnier, the Bracer. And that's how I'm going to stay. Tripled up. Anyway, guess what I'm trying to say is, people at the end of the day are the sum of their experiences. There's obviously a lot you don't know about your past, but that's not what defines who you are. What does define you are the choices you make, the paths you choose. That's what I think, at least. Toval. Doesn't count. Well, anyway, you've still got more of your classmates to find. And even then, you've got plenty of time to find exactly what it is you want to do with your life. But if you ever need any advice, you can always come talk to me. Thanks, Toval. Still have no idea what I want to do after all of us meet up. Or after this war's over. But hopefully by the end of it, I'll have a better idea. There we go. Their conversation finished, Rean and Toval offered up silent prayers to the goddess, and swore once again to survive the trials of war and come out the other side. Oh, I went through it too fast to know what I got. Ah well. There are a lot of giant question marks in your past, but so what? That's not what defines who you are as a person. You know what will? The choices you make and the path you choose. At least that's the way I've always seen it. But just be sure to take some time to think about the choices you make. Oh, and if you ever want my advice, you know where I'll be. Alright, so who next? I'm thinking Alisa. Where are you? There you are. What's the... That's a very fruity one in the middle, isn't it? Maybe vegetables? I'm not entirely sure. Is it apples? Looks like tiny apples, but it might be like Brussels sprouts with red things. I'm not entirely sure. Does anybody have a clue what that could be in the colourful one? Not sure. Sharon wants to do some cooking later, so I'm here to stock up on ingredients. She asked for stuff that'd be nice and nutritious for your dad, too. Thank you so much for doing this. You must be exhausted after that time you spent in Nord, too, so try to get some rest if you can. Thanks. Maybe I will. You know, the footbath I passed on the way here might be a great way to do that. Haven't used it since our trip, so maybe I could do with a little dip. I'm tempted to join her. Well, join her then. That does sound good. Can I come with? The more the merrier. Let me just finish up my shopping, and we can head over. After Rean helped Alisa carry her purchases back home, the two of them made their way to the foot bath. You can feel the warmth coursing through your whole body. It feels like all my exhaustion's just melting away. Yeah, the foot baths are nice all year round, but it's really something special during winter. The last time we were here, it was still early fall, so I imagine you can feel the difference too. I can, actually. I think it was winter when I came here with my family as a little girl, too. Oh yeah, you mentioned last time we were here that you'd been once with your family. Do you remember how long ago? Well, my father was still alive, so it was around 9 years ago, I suppose. It was grandfather's idea to bring us all here. This was back before Sharon joined our family too. That sounds exactly like something he'd suggest. It was 9 years ago. That'd make it a few years or so after my dad adopted me. Oh, how funny would it be if we actually bumped into each other back when we were kids? We couldn't stay for long since everyone was really busy with work at the time. But I'll treasure the memory forever. The whole family together laughing and smiling, mother and father at my side. It's amazing how much can change in 9 years. Everything is completely different now, both at home and in Erebonia as a whole. I just hope Mother is alright, wherever she is now. Give me a minute. A minute for what? Oh, look at it, it's adorable! Look at it, that's adorable, Rean. What's this? It's called a happiness hair. Just thinking of the happiness stone. They've seen as a kind of good luck charm around here. Normally, you put a bit more effort into making one and use different materials, but this'll do for now. Aw, it's a sweet little thing, isn't it? I know, right? When we were kids, Elise used to always make one for me whenever she thought I was down. Oh, sorry. Must be as worried about her as I am about Mother. I'm sure she's just fine. That's what I'm choosing to believe. So just try and believe that your mom is fine too. I'm sure that you'll be reunited with her before long. Just don't give up hope. Yeah, I won't. Come on, don't cry. Here, this'll cheer you up. Don't worry, you. Wait, was that a memory from when I came here as a little girl? Alisa? Sorry, I guess it's a little childish to think something like this would cheer you up. Oh no, that's not it at all. Thanks for the encouragement, Rean. I won't give up. And I'll keep believing that we'll both be reunited with our families before long. That's what I like to hear. Totally gave her one when they were kids. Totally. Adorable. It's adorable. After that, they soaked their feet in the foot bath for a while longer and enjoyed some pleasant conversation. When they got out, Rean bade farewell to Alisa, who chose to return to the general store. Cheer! Right, so who's next on our list? Let's go with Gaius. Obviously he'll be outside, but... You hate that when the menu randomly pops up for no reason at all? Yep. I've only been away from the Empire for a month, so I'm kind of surprised by how much I missed it. What a great town to come back to. This village holds a lot of memories for Class 7. I can certainly say that. I'm happy you feel that way. Given that the people here are being gracious enough to host us yet again, I'd like to give them something in return. I just haven't decided exactly what yet. Should I help him out? It's not like I don't owe everyone a lot here. Yes, yeah. Why don't we help clear up some of this snow then? It hasn't been coming down that hard, but never hurts to have a clean walkway. It's good exercise too. No complaints here. Let's borrow some shovels and get to work. Rean and Gaius headed over to the mansion storehouse to borrow a couple of shovels. And once they were adequately equipped, they started clearing snow off of some of the village's more popular pathways. We finished that in record time. Thanks for all the help. Although it is still snowing, so I'm sure it'll build up again before long. Still, it was good exercise, so it wasn't all for nothing. All that work warmed me up a bit too. I wish I could say the same about my fingers and toes. I'm surprised you're not freezing with how lightly you're dressed though. Well, it's chilly all year round on the highlands. We don't get snow like you'll find here, but I'm used to dealing with the cold. Oh really? Well, if you say so. I mean, I'm fairly used to the cold weather, too, but I don't think living here all my life's ever stopped me from feeling the cold. Anyway, you alright with stopping by the foot bath to warm up a bit? Doesn't sound like a bad idea. There's no need to change, guys. This really is relaxing. It's a pleasure to be able to use the springs here again after our last visit. I think there are a few on the outskirts of the highlands, but it's never been our custom to soak in them like this. Well, every country's different, I guess. There really is a lot to love about Erebonia. I still hope to bring my whole family here once everything's calmed down. Really. Toma, Lily and Sheeta really did seem sad to see you go. You must be worried about them. Yeah. Nord's no longer in any immediate danger. But it's still difficult to rest easy with the war raging on. The sooner everyone can return to living in peace, the better. Yeah. And when that happens, I want to show them more of this great country. Not tanks, not soldats, but the things that made me come to see Erebonia as a second home to begin with. Like the snow and the hot springs here. And this place is just one of many stunning places to see. Each one rich with tradition. I really hope you can. Still don't know how much we can do, but we'll put our best foot forward so we can make that a reality. We know how much your family means to you guys, and I hope we can help you reunite with them. Thanks. That means a lot. Was that cover? Right, so there's only one left, which is a Mango, isn't it? What's he doing in the bar is my question. Where are you at, Mango? It's coffee again, isn't it? Toval recommended I try the coffee here, and now I can see exactly why. The beans themselves are fairly standard, but the roasting method they're using has given them a wonderful aroma. Coffee this good pairs perfectly with all these chess game transcriptions I've been reading. Wait, you're reading up on games other people played? You must really love your chess. You could say that. I'd like to think I've gotten better ever since joining the lower class chess club too. But I haven't played in a long time. Reading records like this may be fun, but it's no match for the real thing. You know, I could play against him. Yes, of course. I'm pretty sure there's a chess set over in the Phoenix Wings, Mango. It might not be up to club standards, but it should see us through a match or two if you're interested. Oh, I'm interested. But only if you expect me to come at you with everything I've got. Way ahead of you. Rean and Mango enthusiastically ran off to the Phoenix Wings to grab the chess set. I like the idea of like, quick, we gotta get there now. Like, it's just chess. Just go, gotta get there quick. Then they sat down for their game with coffee in hand. Ugh. Well, this is going just swell. I figured you'd be rusty enough for me to maybe stand a chance of winning, but no. You're as sharp as ever. I wasn't part of the chess club for nothing. You're doing a good job at holding your own, though, so don't feel too bad. You're reminding me of how tenacious a player Stefan was. He was the captain of the lower-class chess club, wasn't he? I wonder what he's up to right now. Probably shaving off his third eyebrow. I wish I knew. He's a hot-blooded guy, though. Can't picture him sitting around idly. Wonder what the students from the upper-class chess club are doing, too. You're worried about them, aren't you? I know you were competing against them initially, but it looked like you guys were putting your differences behind you. We were. At the end of the day, this war was started by the Noble Alliance, not by nobles as a whole. That's character development there. For every noble who's in favor of it, there's another who's as much of a victim of it as commoners are. You've changed. Back when we first met, all it took was someone whispering the word noble to set you off on a rant. Well, I'd like to believe I've been able to mature a little since enrolling at the academy. Either way, with my father being one of the many victims of this war after his arrest, I can only hope we can do something to better the situation for everyone. Yeah, same here. But I'm sure we'll be fine. No matter how desperate things seem, if you keep searching for ways to turn things around, you'll find one. That's true for this civil war as much as it is for this game of chess. Tying it to chess now, are you? Well, I do see what you mean. All we can do is keep looking for that one move that will change everything. Crap. Why'd you move that piece there? Talk about perfect timing. That there is my one move that changed the game. I might be able to win against you after all, huh? Yeah. We'll see about that. I'm only just getting started. His eyes. His eyes! Their game continued, with Mango determined to win. And while he did secure his victory, it was a challenging game throughout, and it was safe to say both he and Rean thoroughly enjoyed themselves in the process. Oh, didn't get a level up that time. I didn't speak to Gaius, did I? Phew, I have to admit, I wasn't expecting that game to get quite so heated. But that's what made it so much fun. Can't wait to cross wits with you again. You won't be crossing any wits with me. You leave my wits alone, mate. Messing about with my wits. How dare you? I could have spoken to Gaius then. We'll get round to it. But snowboarding. It's time. A2. Snowboard. A. Level 2. Right, here we go. I want to at least get like record time. You know, like there's the best there, but see how well we do on that. And we're going this way now, are we? Ooh. There's that. Ah, it's just I gotta like prepare to move across ahead of time to get all the flags. Ooh. Come on. I just needed one more, just one more. That's enough. There's our target. It's a good time, it's a good time. Ah, yeah.
I did it!
Indeed. New record there. Let me retry. I did it. Heh, that's my boy. Wouldn't feel right if a son of Ymir couldn't handle that course. Well, here's your prize. Go ahead, take it. Yeah. And I'll be sure to keep the courses well maintained. If you feel like boarding again, just come on by. I certainly will. See you then. Right, so I think it's time for the rounds. Nothing out of the ordinary has happened since that day, no. Although as far as where Alisa and Princess Alphen have been taken, I fear we're still none the wiser. Nothing good comes from impatience. All we can do is take things one step at a time. I suppose you're right. And on that note, you need to take your recovery one step at a time and get some sleep, Hello, son. As you can see, I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. Take care of things in the village for me, will you? Of course. And you take care of yourself in the meantime, alright? Not just for your sake, but for everyone else's too. Every time I see you, I feel like you've grown. Does me good to know I've raised a son as reliable as you. I won't let you down, Dad. Aww. Sharon kindly volunteered to take over the housework for me. Thanks to her, I'm free to sit and talk with your father as much as I please. That being said, while I may be free of my usual duties for now, I have plenty of your father's to take on in his place. Don't doubt that. Can't imagine how exhausted you must be right now, Ma. Just try not to overdo it, okay? You're always so sweet, Rean. But don't you worry, I'm perfectly fine. Nothing like a good rest in front of a crackling fire. Especially when it's this cold. How do you people deal with winters like this? I'll tell you what Emma'd do. She'd make me some nice, warm milk with a bit of honey on a day like today. Well, I guess there's no telling what she's doing now, though. We've got to find Emma soon. For Celine's sake, just as much as hers. Nice to see your dad's woken up. Doing a good job putting Class 7 back together, too, so it's just one good thing after another. If this keeps up, we might even run into Emma before too long. Thanks for coming with me, Rean. Next time, I've got to try turning Lammy into a board or something. That'd be awesome! What can't Lammy do? Like, what? Can you do that? I want to see that. Nice to see that Milliam hasn't lost any of her spark. And even though it sounds like Nord was a major headache for you, I'm glad you managed to resolve the trouble there. Speaking of Nord, I should probably ask, do you know anything about that Altina girl? Like why she and Milliam both have weird puppets and the same last name? I do. Unfortunately, all of my information is property of the Intelligence Division, and as such, my lips are sealed. But to be blunt, telling you would only serve to confuse you, and we can't afford to have your mind anywhere else now. Fair point. Oh, what are you guys whispering about? Wait. I see what's going on here. Hush whispers, staying close, working together. You two are dating, aren't you? Excuse me? That's your definition of dating? Putting Milliam's questionable observational skills aside, I'm glad we have Sharon on our team. She'll prove a valuable asset in protecting this town from outside threats, too. Which means we're safe for now. You should rest up while you can, Rean. Hey, Kiki. I just thought of a really important job only we can do. Leave the repairs to the adults, dummy. You're gonna get in their way. I'm serious, this job's tailor-made for us. See? No one's built the snowman yet. You could at least say something. Snowmen are important, okay? They're like our village mascots and everything. I mean, I'm completely on board with Alf here. Like, yes, Alf, you are correct. I want to help Mr. Baron put Ymir back to normal, right down to the very last snowman. Since we built all the snowmen together last time, let's build them all together this time too, okay? I mean, he's right. He can be such a sissy sometimes. Takes more after his mum than his dad, that's for sure. But he's right about the snowman. Rebuild the snowman. It's important. Boosts morale, all that sort of stuff. Well, that wife of mine's causing trouble again, isn't she? Sorry about that. I'd appreciate it if you'd help her out with whatever crazy idea she's hatched up, Lord Rean. Those foot baths are really great. Just one little dip and your whole body warms right up. Maybe I'll get Sharon to join me next time. Yes. So what's she up to? Oh, look who it is. You've come at the perfect time. I have? Can't say those words fill me with anything other than dread. Why would that be? I never cause anyone any trouble. Yeah, of course you don't. Well, anyway, as I was saying, now that we've got so many students here, I was thinking of treating them to this village speciality to welcome them. We have a speciality? Of course we do. We have the manju, because it's got an extra U on the end. The Eastern confectionery that Mr. Kafai brought here. I may have been the one who decided it's this village's speciality, but the decision's been made and it is final. Right. Anyway, so that's what you're going to make? That's right. There's just one teeny tiny little problem. I'm missing one very important ingredient to make them, and I can't seem to get my hands on it. Which one? Azuki beans. You wouldn't be able to get your hands on some for me, would you, Rean? I can see why you might have trouble getting them. They're not exactly well known here in the Empire. This might actually be pretty difficult, but I guess it couldn't hurt to try. What should I do? Offer to search. Well, admittedly, I'd like everyone to try some manju, too. Alright, I'll give it a shot. As uncommon in Erebonia as they are, people do use them from time to time here. So someone, somewhere is bound to have some left over. I suppose the best place to start would be with people who do a lot of cooking. Yay, well, good luck with your search. Azuki Adventure. And they come all the way here. It'd be a shame to let you leave without sampling our specialty dish at least once. Can't make manju without Azuki beans, though. So if you could find some for me, that'd be just wonderful. I'm gonna head into the mountains for some hunting. Should go well. Used to do it all the time back in the Corps. I'll be sure to catch your dad something good to eat. Thanks, I guess. Still, don't forget to rest. You're really going to need it. Roger. Lloyd! I'm glad your dad's awake now. I'll be sure to catch him something he'll like for tonight's dinner. Hey, guess what? We're gonna do a test run of the cable car today. And if that goes well, it'll be able to resume normal operations tomorrow. Between this and Lord Teo waking up, feels like there's been nothing but good news lately. And I'm not complaining one bit. After all the stuff that went down a few weeks ago, glad things are finally back to normal. Couldn't agree more. Well, good luck getting the cable car running again. Thanks, I appreciate it. It means he doesn't have to walk back every time he goes snowboarding. There's still plenty of things left to worry about, or with Elise still being missing and all. But moping around doesn't help anyone. We've got to focus on doing what we can to get things back to normal around here. And that's why I'm going to do all I can to get that cable car up and running ASAP. I can't put into words just how relieved I was to hear that Lord Teo was awake. I know your father since he was a young lad, Master Rean. Truly proud to have two. He is the very model of how a man, a noble, should be. I couldn't be happy to hear he's awake. I knew he'd come through eventually. We're all truly relieved that Lord Teo is finally awake. I'll have to take in some more of the mountain's blessings when I next go to visit. How often are you going to visit, though? I went to Plover the other day to buy a book, but ended up buying the wrong one. Silly me. Worked out in the end mostly because this book is actually quite interesting. I think I might get the next volume even. You should try reading it yourself. I think you'll become a fan too. Thanks. I'll read it if I get the chance. Now that we can communicate with the outside world again, we're hearing all kinds of rumors. For one thing, there's apparently a really famous Alliance general over in the west who keeps winning one battle after another. Then there's the fact that the chairman of the Rhineford Company is said to have gone missing. There's more too. Pretty much all of it is depressing. I almost wish we didn't know what was going on after all. Lord Schwartz is alright. I got it. I should know about it. I just knew it. Moritz, I think you've had more than enough to drink. You can't celebrate without a drink or three. More like 5. Just try not to have so many that you'd black out, okay? It's about a... Yeah. Hope we can come out and see us soon. Oh dear. I knew that Lord Teo of all people would never kick the bucket that easily. but I'm still happy to know he's awake. Guess this once I can spend some time with drunken Moritz. I'll bring out some of the strong stuff for him. Maybe don't. Next is rescuing that sister of yours, I guess. Still got fond memories of the days you'd eat the sweets I'd made with big smiles on your faces. I won't stand for her being kidnapped, so go out there and get her, okay? I'd like to show Toma, Lily, and Sheeta more of Erebonia, once it's safe to. There are so many beautiful things and rich cultural traditions to see, like the snow and hot springs here, for example. I guess that's just another reason to pick up my spear and keep fighting. Congratulations on reuniting with yet more of your friends, Master Rean. Thanks to that, we now have 4 new guests staying here at the Phoenix Wings. I'm always happy to have more. I'm sure it won't be long before many of you depart again, but I will serve you as best I can in the meantime. We're blessed to have been given so much good news one after another like this. Your efforts are certainly paying off, Master Rean. And I, for one, am looking forward to seeing what else you accomplish in the days to come. Excuse me, Werner. Would you mind if I asked you a question? Of course not. Ask away. Rean asked Werner if he had any Azuki beans. Well, I certainly do use them on occasion in my cooking. They have this unique flavor and texture that makes for a very interesting addition to certain dishes. Unfortunately, wild monkeys broke into the outdoor storehouse and made off with my entire supply. Oh. Fortunate, but that does happen from time to time. Indeed, it's part and parcel of living in the mountains, I suppose. Well, thanks for telling me. I'll try my luck elsewhere. Come to think of it, I know someone else who's big on making confectionery. Maybe I should go and ask him if he has any beans. I wish I could give you some Azuki beans, but all the ones I had was stolen by wild monkeys the other day. You're going to have to look elsewhere, I'm afraid. That's fine. I think I might have just the person in mind already. Might not look like the type to enjoy making confectionery, but he's good at it. Should try asking him to make sure. I'm so glad that Lord Schwarzer has finally woken up. Mabel jumped for joy right in front of some guests when she heard the news. But I think I can let her off with that this once. I'd like doing the same myself, to be honest. Wish that we could relay the good news to Lady Alisa as well. Because all I can do is keep praying that she'll return to us. Gerald's a big fan of making sweets, so maybe he has some Azuki beans. It's worth a shot, at least. Rean asked Gerald if he had any Azuki beans. Oh, you're looking for some of those? I do use them fairly often, yeah. Kiki loves the things in paste form. Do you happen to have any on hand? Afraid not. Did have some, but they were stolen by some wild monkeys just the other day. Goddamn monkeys. I bet it's the same monkeys that attacked the Phoenix Wing storehouse. They've probably got a taste for them now. I'm gonna have to be more careful about locking up in the future. Come to think of it, I do know one place you might try looking if you want some. Really? A while back, Kiki's beanbag split open. It was full of Azuki beans too, and they went, well, everywhere. What I hear, Luke was the one who gave her some replacement beans. Maybe he's still got some left? He's not someone I would have thought of, but sounds like as good a lead as any. I'll try asking. Good luck. If you're looking for Azuki beans, you might want to try asking Luke. I will. Thanks for the advice. I wonder how Luke managed to get his hands on some. We know. We were just told. Hey, do you have a minute? Sure, what's up? Rean asked Luke if he has any Azuki beans. That's kind of an embarrassing question. It is? I'm not sure how it could be. You know how my mum was when I got hired here earlier this year, right? She couldn't stop smiling, she was so happy. She even went and made sekihan to celebrate. She overdid it, of course. We ended up with more leftover beans in the house than we knew what to do with. I'd forgotten all about that. She only busts out the sekihan when it's something worth celebrating too. Think I could take some of those extra off your hands? Actually, Lisa was looking around for some too. So sorry, Rean, I ended up giving the last of it over to her. To Lisa? That's a surprise. I gave her a bunch though, so she might still have a few left. I'm sure she'd give you some if you asked. Can do. Thanks for the tip. Where'd he go? Lisa was looking for some Mizuki beans for some reason, so I gave some to her. Gave her a bunch too, so she probably still has a few left. Why not go ask her? Will do. Thanks, Luke. I'm so glad your dad's finally woken up. Think you might invite him to the hot springs tonight for a little father-son bonding? Maybe not just yet. He should probably stay in bed until he gets a bit more of his strength back. Okay, yeah, probably a good idea. I'm sure he'd love it if you invited him at some point, though. Honestly, I'd like to bring Dad and Fiona here when things settle down. Ooh, sure is cold this time of year. Cold's the worst for musicians, too. Makes your fingers all numb and even messes with your instruments. At least I can take a dip in this foot bath to warm myself up. Your father's condition has significantly improved. He's on the mend now. That's not to say he's completely in the clear. He still needs to rest to avoid making his condition worse again. As long as he does that, it should only be a matter of days before he's up and about again. I continue to be astounded by just how strong a man he is. Still amazed just how quickly your father regained consciousness. As the priest who has been treating him, I couldn't be happier to see such a speedy recovery in my patient. I'm helping Lisa out with making medicine. I always lend a hand when I see someone in need. Sure, that's what you always say, but then you always get distracted. Oh, you are so going to regret saying that. Now you listen here, Rean. Still, I do appreciate her trying to help Dad out. Everyone's really been trying to pitch in for him. Being in the chapel always takes me back to my Sunday school years. Those horrible, horrible years. At the moment, all we hold is a young children's class. I'm the teacher for it, too. You are? Oh, that makes me feel so old. Could I have a moment of your time, Lisa? Of course. What can I help you with? Rean asked her if she had any Azuki beans. I certainly do. Luke gave me some not long ago. I developed an interest in them after hearing they said in the East to have evil-repelling properties. I have to remember that. But after looking into them some more, I found out they're also very healthy and nutritious. Perhaps the origin of that belief that they repel evil is the fact that they kept you healthy, and thus repel evil in that sense. Father Bernard and I have started putting them in our oatmeal for that very reason. Really? It's kind of amazing to think of how many things you can do with Azuki beans. You happen to have any left over? Would you mind sharing some of them with me? Oh, not at all. Hold on a moment, I'll go get some. We have plenty left in our storehouse. Storehouse? It's not outside, is it? It is, yes. Why do you ask? Monkeys. I have a bad feeling about this. We should hurry. I'm coming with you. Yeah, it looks like the lock's still fine. But here they are. It's the monkeys! Yoi! Heard you got some Azuki beans. Deep breath. Claire! Eh? I don't want no Azuki beans, it's fine. That should keep them away for a while. Oh my, that was very impressive. Is that a skill you gained through your training? I didn't do anything special, really. But as a precaution, I suggest you keep ingredients that monsters are likely to enjoy locked indoors in the future. The storehouse is indoors. Alright. No arguments here. But first... I should give you those Azuki beans that you wanted, shouldn't I? Thanks. Wasn't easy, but I managed to find some beans for you. Rean handed the Azuki beans to Camilla. Yes, thank you so much. I knew I could count on you. I'm just glad all the effort's going to pay off once everyone gets to try our speciality. You know, they say that the more trouble you go through as a young person, the better off you are later in life. Anyway, now that I have these, time to make some manju. What? You're going to make them now? First, we soak the beans in water. Get this recipe down. Then when they're soft, you boil them like so. Then you add some sugar, boil them a bit more, and then you knead them like this. Do I really need to be here for this? 2 hours later, Ymir's famous manju were finally complete. Here you go, all finished. The finest homemade manju you ever did see. Make sure to share them, okay? For everyone. They do look pretty good. Thanks, Camilla. That was exhausting, but I guess it was worth helping her after all. You've proven all over again just how dependable you are, Rean. If you ever need help with anything else, I know who to call. Just try not to work me too much. Oh dear. Maybe I should use what ingredients I have left over to make some more for Lord Teo too. Well, whatever I do, thank you so much for your help. I'll be counting on you if I ever need anything else. I'll consider it. Perfect timing, Rean. I've just happened upon a new target. Given its brilliant blue color and massive size, I imagine that it must be quite rare. Just you wait, mysterious fish. I'll have you fished up in no time. You won't escape my line for much longer, my little friend. Especially now that my pride's at stake. How are we doing on the trading here? So, This is very much at the moment with the fishing, by the way. It's like I'm just missing this one here below gold salmon. Like everything else, I've got currently. Like just that one there, then I can see about that one. Because obviously that's the super special one, but yeah, need that one. Yeah, I'm really relieved too. We owe the goddess our thanks. Indeed. Right, so that's where we're going to end this part then. We'll see you in the next part when we carry on the story for a little bit. And probably some more rounds, you know how it is. Ta-ta for now.